All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. The iPhone 18 Pro Max might look like another predictable upgrade, but Apple is quietly changing something far more important than specs this time. They're fixing behaviors. The way you take photos, the moments you hesitate, the decisions your phone makes for you. Those small shifts could completely change how reliable your iPhone feels over time. Let's dive right into the video. Because this year, the biggest story isn't power or design, it's control. Apple is slowly moving away from smart guessing and pushing toward real hardware decisions. And that starts with the camera. The rumored variable aperture sounds like a technical detail, but in reality, it's Apple taking back control from software. Right now, your iPhone does a lot of guessing. It boosts shadows, balances highlights, fakes depth. Sometimes it works beautifully, and sometimes it just feels off without you knowing why. With a physical aperture adjusting light naturally, the phone stops guessing as much. It starts capturing. And when you compare that side by side with older iPhones, especially in mixed lighting, the difference isn't dramatic, it's accurate. Skin tones feel more consistent, bright areas don't blow out as easily, and photos don't look overprocessed. It's less impressive, but more real. And once you notice that, it's hard to go back. But here's where Apple's strategy gets a little uncomfortable. They're fixing one of the biggest camera weaknesses, but only if you pay for it. The telephoto lens is finally getting a wider aperture, which directly targets low-light zoom. And if you've ever used zoom at night on an iPhone, you already know the problem. Noise creeps in, detail disappears, and sometimes the phone just switches lenses without telling you. Now, compare that experience. On older models or non-Pro iPhones, you still hesitate before zooming in low light. On the iPhone 18 Pro Max, that hesitation could disappear. You tap zoom, and it just works. That's not a spec upgrade. That's confidence. And Apple knows confidence sells more than megapixels ever could, which is exactly why they're keeping it exclusive. They're not just improving the camera, they're redesigning who gets the best experience. Now, behind the scenes, there's another shift that might matter even more long-term. Apple is reportedly exploring Samsung-made sensors for parts of the camera system instead of relying entirely on Sony like they've done for years. That's a big deal, because this isn't just about switching suppliers. It's about Apple breaking out of dependency. When you control more of your hardware stack, you can move faster, experiment more, and fine-tune things exactly the way you want. And that suggests Apple is preparing for bigger camera changes in the next few years, not just incremental upgrades. And here's the part most people will completely overlook. Apple is no longer trying to impress you instantly. They're trying to build a phone that feels consistently right over time. Less wow, more trust. Less surprise, more reliability. Quick pause, this actually connects perfectly. If you're someone who notices these small shifts and wants to stay ahead of how tech is evolving, platforms like Wallverse are becoming really useful. Not just to track devices, but to understand how these subtle changes impact real usage, not just specs on paper. Now, coming back, there's one more quiet change happening here. The gap between Pro and non-Pro iPhones is getting wider, but not in the way people expect. It's not just missing features anymore. It's missing moments, missing reliability, missing that feeling where your phone gets it right without you thinking twice. And when you compare the iPhone 18 Pro Max to a standard iPhone now, it's not about what you lose, it's about what you start second-guessing. And that's a completely different kind of upgrade strategy. By the way, if you've made it this far, you're clearly not here for surface-level content. You actually care about what's changing behind the scenes. And here's something interesting. Over 70% of people watching still aren't subscribed. So if you want to be part of a community that focuses on real insights instead of just specs, go ahead and subscribe. Because honestly, this iPhone doesn't feel like it's trying to win you over in the first 5 minutes. It feels like it's trying to win you over after 5 months of using it. And that raises a bigger question. If Apple keeps moving in this direction, where the biggest upgrades are the ones you don't notice immediately, how long before the difference between a regular iPhone and a Pro model becomes something you feel every single day without even thinking about it? Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.